I'm Dennis Wirth of the Comedy Kitchen, and you've just entered the oven. Welcome to episode 36 of the Comedy Kitchen. Today we're going to be making some chicken teriyaki. For today's episode, I brought on one of my guests from comedy. Please welcome Amy T. Amy, thank you for being on.
Having me.
You excited?
Oh, absolutely.
I know why you're excited, because you actually work in the food industry, right?
I do work in the food industry. I've been doing breakfast my entire life.
You do the breakfast thing. And I've been doing Asian food, and I know after 20 years of Asian food, I'm sick of it. So you're probably sick of breakfast, right?
For sure.
So you're looking forward to the chicken teriyaki, because it's different than your eggs and bacon, which you've had how many times?
Yeah.
You can't count, right?
Exactly.
All right, it is the Comedy Kitchen. Before we get started, tell the folks, how did you start out in comedy?
I started out in comedy trying to cross it off my bucket list.
Sure.
I had a friend of mine that wanted to kind of give me that edge. She said, Amy T, you got to try it. Took it to a stand-up comedy class at the local community college, and
You were hooked.
the very first time, yes.
It's an addictive little hobby, right?
Yes, it is. It's an adrenaline rush, like, you know.
Yeah, I was like that too. I wanted to try it, and I figured, all right, I'll take a class and just say I tried it, and one thing led to another, and no looking back after that, right?
Absolutely not.
All right, we can't make chicken teriyaki without what?
I'm guessing chicken.
You're guessing chicken, you'd be right. All right, got some olive oil over there. If you want to open it up and maybe coat the bottom of our pan very lightly. And we'll get our heat going. Very nice. All right, you want to get those open. I'll roll that around for us. Doo-doo-doo. So how long have you been doing comedy for?
I've been doing comedy about 13 years.
13 years.
Yes.
So you're a veteran of the comedy scene.
I've been around a while.
There
yes.
you go. And, well, you know what? I don't think we want all that. Let's put maybe half of that in here. Or 3/4 of it anyway. So all the time you've been doing comedy, what's one of your favorite memories looking back?
Gosh, how do you narrow it down? One of the favorite ones?
A lot of them, yeah.
Absolutely. I think being seen where I was able to shoot a TV movie.
What was the movie?
It was called Laughing Matters Next Gen. It showcased a lot of LGBT up-and-coming young comics. So that showed on Logo, and kind of fun to have my face on a cover of a DVD.
Sure.
That's kind of fun.
Is that on YouTube or anything where the people could check it out if they look it up?
Yeah, Laughing Matters Next Gen. I think
You
if
can Google it, right? That's
exactly.
what Google's for. All right, we're going to cover this back up so we get some heat going. And we are going to move on to our sauce. We need a bowl for sauce. So we'll set that right on top of the plate ever so gently. All right, you got our cooking wine is right there for you. We need 3 tablespoons of cooking wine, and you know where the tablespoons are.
I gotcha, yeah.
So you always got that credit to your name being in the movies, right? No matter what you do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
1, 2,
All right.
put 3. All right, I missed one, but all right, I'll take your word for it. Keep your tablespoon, because we need 3 tablespoons of sugar over there, because it's sweet, just like the Comedy Kitchen. 1, 2, 3. All right, and move in a little bit this way, because I'm getting signals from our camera guys here that we need to be close, Amy.
I'll take it.
We're close, okay. What do we got next? All right, we need 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And there you go. See, you're picking things right out of the crowd.
All right.
Do-do-do-do. Going like an old pro. This is 2 episodes in a row. Dennis Fogg, he works in the restaurant industry too, because
Yes,
usually our
exactly.
comics have no clue what they're doing, but you can tell you've cooked before. All right, looking good. All right, I'm going to add a little tiny bit of water to that right here. And as I'm doing that, all the years you've been doing comedy, I know you hit the drunk sometime, you hit the hecklers sometimes, and some nights are better than others in comedy, right? What's one of the
For sure.
craziest things that ever happened to you in comedy? We've had some crazy stories here on the Comedy Kitchen.
Crazy. I think that, gosh, one time I was talking about, you know, you can either choose to be gay or it's genetic. And for me, I just blame my parents.
It's all the parents' fault, right?
It was my parents' fault. And after I did the joke, a girl just screamed out from the front row. She's like, Amy T, my psychology professor, he said that being gay was a choice and that you choose to be this way.
So now you get in an argument with the crowd, right?
Yeah, well, it just, you know how that goes. Just
Escalated into a debate, right?
Yeah, it brings the show to a screeching halt. All eyes on me.
Sure.
All right, funny dyke, what are you going to say about that?
So some people don't come to laugh. They want to get into it with you, right? But so how'd you shut her up? Yeah.
Well, duh.
Duh?
My choice is soft, sweet, and sexy, or hairy, horny, and hopeless.
That's
So
right. See, you end up with a big hairy guy like me, what are you going to do, right?
the choice was clear.
The choice was clear at that point. I hear you. All right, we need 1 teaspoon of black pepper you got over there. You got your
Okay.
teaspoon ready to go. Most people got to look through the spoons like teaspoon, not you. You just pick them right out.
I got it.
I love working with people in the food industry. All right, so what restaurant do you work at? Do you want to say, or I mean, where can
My
they find you?
family's owned breakfast restaurants.
Oh, it's
my
a
entire-
family-owned place.
Exactly.
Oh.
So, and I'm an only child, so it's forced to be there.
You're
kind of thing.
forced to be there type of thing on top of
Exactly.
comedy, but so it's a breakfast place,
Just breakfast, yep.
and you do the cooking?
I do all the cooking, and I make all the menu. I try to create a little bit more of an upscale version of bacon and eggs, if you will.
Okay.
A lot more. I try to be more adventurous with it than scrambled eggs.
Sure,
and stuff
get
like
creative.
That.
That's half the fun of food.
Yeah, I recently made a dish. It's kind of like French toast, but it's kind of like a grilled cheese. It's a rye bread French toast with blue cheese, bacon, baby spinach, and then I put a spiced poached pear over the top of it.
Really?
Yeah, and it was a.
So you're getting all your food groups there.
Yeah, it was just I saw a picture in a book, and I said, I think I
So
can
what's the
make
name
that
of it again?
Breakfast Cafe,
Breakfast Cafe, where's it located?
right in Bradford, Massachusetts.
You get down to Bradford, Massachusetts, and have what's your specialty? I go in there to Breakfast Cafe, what do I get? Or I have to order what?
Any of it is always going to be
You
good.
can't go wrong at the
Can't be wrong.
Breakfast Cafe.
No, I
All right.
promise.
And we're getting some sizzling, which I love to hear on our chicken, so we're going to flip that over a little bit right here.
Nice.
Do. So, do you got a website, or are you on Facebook, YouTube? Where can the people check out Amy T's comedy if they want to?
Experimentalcomedy.com.
Okay.
It's kind of my new project that I've been doing since I was diagnosed with mental illness about 5 years ago.
You got to be mentally ill, do comedy. Hey,
Exactly.
I've been there. I know what you're talking about.
So I started that, experimental comedy therapy, ECT for short,
Okay.
based on electroconvulsive therapy. So all my information's there.
Check out your website.
Yeah, check out
Okay.
the website. You can find me on Facebook. All the links are and all that are all right there.
Right there to be found. Okay. And what are some of your rooms? If they want to go catch an Amy T show, where can they find you? What's your hot spots you usually play?
Dick Doherty's Comedy Den, Dick Doherty's Comedy Escape.
Okay.
All over New England, the main ones that you see are all
So they're
around.
probably on your website. You got a schedule on there?
I
So
do have a schedule on the website,
There you go.
colleges.
check it out and go catch Amy T, and she'll make you laugh absolutely.
All right.
All right. So, Amy,
Yes.
we have a portion of the show here that is called Funny Food Questions.
Okay.
You ready for a funny food question?
Sure.
You sure?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, Amy.
Yes.
If you went to a restaurant and the name of the restaurant was Herpes, what kind of food do you think you'd get?
I'm hoping split pea soup, maybe.
Split pizza? Let's take a look what we're going to get. Herpes Pizzeria begins pizza, and I want some extra cheese on my Herpes pizza. I don't know. I don't make this stuff up. I just bring it to you.
Not my peas. Not
Who's
your
in charge of
peas.
marketing over there at Herpes Pizza that they're going to name the place Herpes? Is there actually a guy named Herpes would be my question. That's what's going on out there, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I wouldn't name a pizza shop Herpes.
No, I don't think I
No.
know anything herpes.
All right, so we got our smiley spoon here. You see this is Kool-Aid Man bringing you fun.
Yeah.
I love the smiley thing. All right, so mix up our sauce a little bit there. Like an old pro. Like you're whisking eggs there at the restaurant, all right? I see what you're doing right there. Okay. All right, looking good. And our chicken's getting a little bit brown here. Okay, so as we're going, we're going to get our honey going here. We got a little honey in the bear bottle here. He's smiling at you. And we'll get that in our little pot over here. Maybe put 3-4 tablespoons, squeeze it right in there. And that's looking really yummy.
No, I was trying not.
It was the honey, I swear.
I was trying so not for that. Want a little bit more?
A little bit more. That'll work right there. It's good. All right. So when you were growing up and you were thinking about doing comedy, who were some of the mainstream comics that you looked up to that made you want to try it?
Oh, Rosie O'Donnell. We used to watch Stand Up Spotlight on
Sure.
VH1 all the time.
Oh, she had the stars behind her, right? That was the first time I saw her, too, was on there. Yeah.
Exactly.
She ran with it, too.
She certainly did. And Kathy Griffin, Ellen DeGeneres, of course.
Legend.
Yes, exactly. All the same ones that you can think of, and then there's a lot that maybe you might not have heard of that I've traveled the circuit with.
Sure.
That I appreciate, their humor and just overall great people to work with. Suzanne Westenhofer, Mimi Gonzalez, a lot of the ones that I've worked in Provincetown with. I can really appreciate
Sure,
the
yeah, we appreciate you want to end up there someday.
camaraderie, yeah.
So if you were to end up on the Ellen DeGeneres show, that would be like a dream come true type of gig for you. Who would I know Joe Wong, he's on the Boston comedy scene. He made it on there, so
Joe Wong, yeah.
why not Amy T, right? Let's do it. Let Ellen get in touch with Amy, get her on your show, because she's probably tuned in the Comedy Kitchen. I know. Ellen likes to eat. Everybody likes to eat. All right, we're getting our chickens cooking up here really, really nice. All right, so you mentioned that anyway, so let's hit that question. Now, on the local scene, who are some of your favorite comics on the local scene to work with?
Oh, love Dick Doherty. He just makes me laugh.
The Godfather, Boston comedy.
I call him the grandfather.
He's been doing it forever and ever.
Yeah, he has. You've always been nice and gracious with me. You know, there's a lot of great guys around here. So Kelly McFarland's one of my favorites, Colin Plummer.
Sure. They've been on the scene long as you. Yeah, Boston's a great mecca for comedy. That's one of the fun things where all the comics you meet, I think,
Absolutely.
is absolutely one of the things you want to do, is meet people and have fun. What else? That's the funnest hobby you can have, right?
Sure.
All right, you ready to roll our sauce right in there?
Yes.
She's ready. Very careful with that. Very nice. All right, so let's say you get sick of breakfast and you want to go out to eat. What are some of your hot spots you like to hit? What are some restaurants that really you think have the good food?
I actually really don't go out to eat.
You don't go to eat that much, no?
We really don't.
You in a comic on the road? You don't have any like spots you hit or no?
No, not at all.
No fast food? I hit the fast food. I hit a show. What's open, 1 a.m. I hit Wendy's, not much, but that's what I hit anyway. All right, but you stick to the breakfast, right?
I cook it, I just don't eat it.
I hear you. So who does the cooking at your house? You do most of the cooking at home?
Yeah, it's a shared.
It's a shared thing at
for
home,
sure,
yeah?
My wife, she's got a couple of things that.
So it could be a competition, like one night you cook, next night she cooks, and then who can do the better dish, and
Maybe.
I'm putting ideas in her head right now, right? There we go.
I'm thinking about it. Well, that's not a bad idea. Maybe it's incentive for her to clean
That's
the
right.
kitchen. Like, I'll cook and you can clean.
Oh, that's a good deal for you, right?
Well.
Well,
I usually end up doing both.
she's watching. She knows what's going on. Okay. All right, Amy, we actually have a mascot here on the Comedy Kitchen. Name's Bobo Banana. He's our banana on the street. He's at a local restaurant doing food reviews.
Okay.
You want to check him out?
Yeah, absolutely.
See where Bobo's at today. All right, we are down here at Lando's on Central Street in Leominster, Massachusetts. We're with Bobo Banana. What are we reviewing today, Bobo? We have a kamikaze sub. Let's take a look at that. All right, and what's your review, Bobo? Good review on the kamikaze. Good review on the kamikaze sub at Lando's. All right.
How do I get Bobo Banana up at the restaurant?
And Bobo, he's on the scene. He's everywhere. So
Good.
maybe someday he'll end up there and review your breakfast. I don't know, but
I love that.
I got to give Lando's a plug because we went over and we reviewed the sub, and I took the sub home, and I've ate it. And since I ate the sub, I've been back about 10 times to get the sub again. It was a very good sub. So hats off to Lando's. You absolutely came. All right, so we got our sauce going here, and it's starting to.
Oh, it smells great.
Really cover the chicken. This is looking good. All right, next thing we're going to do, I think you got it over there, is your ginger.
Okay.
And you want to put a couple sprinkles of ginger powder right in there. Not too much, just a little bit to add some taste to that. Is there some coming out here? A little bit. There you go. That'll work. All right, we'll stir that right around. Got a little bit of garlic powder over here if we want to do the exact same thing with our garlic powder. And that's good. I don't want to put too much of that because that's a strong taste. And now it's really smelling yummy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Spice that thing right up. Let's check on our honey. How we doing over here? That's going pretty good. Okay, so let's say years from now, you get done your comedy career. You're old and gray. You look back. What do you want to be remembered for? What are your goals? What do you look back and say, that's what I wanted to do when I did it?
I think crossing all those things off the bucket list, so comedy being one of them, and then, just making a difference in what I have to say about my comedy. My comedy is very true to life as what's going on with me, and I hopefully make a difference in somebody else's mental health.
Sure.
Make it look at mental health can be very funny, even as serious as it
That's the funniest stuff, is the real life stuff, they say. It's the stuff you don't make up, your true stories, yeah.
So if I can take the edge off of somebody else's bad day,
Take the edge off their pain, right? Yeah. So
Absolutely.
through your pain, and But you can relate to it if you struggle with mental illness and you're making fun of it. The crowd say, "Hey, if I have it, why can't I make fun of it too?"
Absolutely, and I think yeah, it makes it some fun for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Joke a little bit.
I love doing the benefit shows. Those are some of my, when you're helping people out and doing what you love to do. How do you lose in that situation right there?
Win-win every time.
You can't lose in that situation. All right, so we got some scallions there in the bag. If you want to grab those out, and we can set those over, clear those off.
All right.
Maybe just cut up a few of those just for a garnish we want. I can tell you've used a knife before. Back-to-back episodes of people who've worked in restaurants, comics working in restaurants. That's good right there.
All right.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. Is we're going to take this out. Let's see if our cameras can get in on. I'm setting this right on the plate here.
It smells incredible.
All the spices are really popping out of that thing. A little bit of sauce right over that. All right, I'll take a few of those scallions and maybe garnish a few right on top. All right, now our finishing touch is we got some sesame seeds hidden right over there behind the cups. Maybe sprinkle a few on top of those.
Oh, look. Another brand new one.
See that? Mom shopping on the Comedy Kitchen, see? When you get the stickers, you know Mom has been to the grocery store. Love Mom. Why do you think I'm so big? It wasn't because I knew how to cook, it's because I grew up eating Mom's food. All right, in show business, we call it a presentation. So you want to grab the plate there and maybe present it to the folks at home right over on that camera. Whoop, be careful. Right over there. And we get a ta-da, or as we say on the one, whamma-jamma. That's what we say on the Comedy Kitchen right there. All right, so set that back down. And you know what my favorite part of the show is, Amy? It's the eating part. All right, we have a fork for you, a fork for me. Set our plates here, and our final ingredient looks like it's overflowing there, which is beautiful. All right, maybe a little bit of honey. Let it cool down a little bit. And you want this just for a glaze. You don't want too much. Give you a little sweetness and a little glaze. All right. Grab your plate here. Here's your plate.
Thank you.
You get first choice.
Perfect.
One for you.
Excellent.
One for me. After you.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Tender. Ooh.
It's delicious.
Tender, sweet. And it wasn't that difficult, was it?
Not at all.
Everybody thinks you got to go down your Asian food restaurant to get this, but you don't.
Fantastic.
Amy, I will be seeing you soon on the comedy scene. I will be seeing you food on the cooking scene. Thank you for being on.
Thank you very much for having me, of course.
Thank the crew. I want to thank the studio audience. Most of all, I thank you at home. Until next time, eat well and laugh, all folks. Good night. Bye.